Have you ever worked for a leader that's younger than you? What about a leader who is much younger than you? When you work for this kind of a leader, how does that actually make you feel? Now, a lot of people are very uncomfortable with this idea of working for a leader who is younger or even much younger than they are. So in today's video, I'm going to go over when this should and shouldn't actually bother you. Welcome to Great Leadership with me, Jacob Morgan. I'm the best-selling author of 5 books, a professionally trained futurist, and over the course of my career, I've had the opportunity to work with, interview, and advise over 2,000 leaders at companies around the world, most of them CEOs. And this channel is devoted to helping you become the best leader that you can be. So if that sounds like something you are interested in, then please subscribe to the channel. People get promoted for lots of different reasons. Sometimes people get promoted because they've been in their role for a long time. Sometimes people get into their role simply because they started when the company was young, and even though they weren't there for a long time, the company accelerated and they kind of grew with the organization. Sometimes people get into leadership roles because they are really good at navigating office politics and bureaucracy. Sometimes people get promoted because their friend helped them get into that role. And sometimes people get put into leadership roles because they are genuinely great at what they do. Now, what I'm going to share with you should be relevant for all leaders, regardless of their age, but it is clear why this would bother you, particularly if you are working for a leader who is younger or much younger than you. Let's dive right into when working for a younger leader can potentially be a problem. Now, the first thing is that if you are working for a leader who is not challenging you, if you are working for a leader who's not pushing you, who's not making the effort to get to know you as a human being, if you're working for a leader who doesn't demonstrate that level of competence, then yeah, that should bother you. But here's the thing, that should bother you regardless of how old that person is. But when that person is also younger than you, it sort of acts like you are rubbing salt into the wound. Because on the one hand, this person you believe should not be in their role to begin with, just purely based on qualifications. And now the fact that they're also younger than you really is kind of like a jab and a punch. Now you're thinking, well, this person isn't qualified to be in their role, and they're also a lot younger than me. How did they get in that position? So it acts again as a little bit of a jab and a punch. Now, let's say that leader is younger than you, 5 years younger, 10 years younger, but that leader is really, really good at their job. They're very knowledgeable about the subject matter. This is a leader who is also really good at pushing you and challenging you and getting you out of your comfort zone. This is a leader who is able to motivate you and inspire you to be the best version of you that you can be at work. Then yeah, who cares how old that leader is? Now, leadership and age isn't always correlated. I mean, sometimes, of course, you need a certain level of experience, especially in senior leadership roles. Having a level of experience and being around the block and knowing these things and experiencing those things is important, but it doesn't always come with age. But again, if you are working for that younger leader, but they're still able to get the best out of you, and you have that great relationship with them, and then yeah, why should that age bother you? I think really when this starts to annoy people is when the leader's lack of competence makes itself visible. And when that lack of competence is there and the age factor is there, that's when it really, really starts to bother and annoy people. So by and large, I don't think age really plays a role in leadership for a lot of people, but when that level of competence isn't there, that's when it really starts to become a problem. So curious to hear what you think. Do you work for a younger leader or a much younger leader? Does that bother you or does that not bother you? Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. And also, let me know, are there other types of videos that you want to see me creating on leadership or the future of work and employee experience? Again, leave me a comment below and hope you subscribe to this channel to get more content just like this every single week.